In Response, a legacy podcast, is brought to you by greatness@anycost.com and Austrian-legacy.com. Hello everyone and welcome to the 18th episode
The real one.
of
In Response.
A legacy podcast.
I'm Philip Klein
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Peter Plank.
and we're talking about legacy.
Most of the time.
So for this episode, I want to give a huge shout out to our guest from the last episode, to Gino. He has aided us in the April Fool's Day special. So if you haven't heard about the last episode, just tune in. It was a hell of a fun. It was really great, and thank you, Gino, for being our guest in this episode. And for today, we're gonna start off with a little bit of personal stuff. So, Daniel, there has happened quite a little bit on your side. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, basically I invested a new legacy deck into a different topic than legacy.
Oh my God! Did it really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
It is a legacy deck worth of money, for sure. I bought my, I'm really excited about it, a new bicycle.
Okay.
A racing bicycle.
Okay.
It is worth about, if I round up, about 2K.
Okay. I just wanted to ask: is it more Manala stretch or is it more land style?
I mean, how much is Manala stretch at the moment?
150.
It depends on the version. If you're running
But-
possible, it's more.
Yeah.
If you're not running it, I think it should be between 200 and 300 or something.
Okay.
So something like I also want to buy a bicycle, and that's more Manala stretch style.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't get a racing bicycle for that, for a Manala stretch worth of money. But a 2K doesn't get me lands either at the moment, which is a pity. But
But I mean, you get maybe a playset of underground seas.
yeah,
you get maybe
nice.
half of your mana base.
So it's I think it's 2/3 of a Delver deck, something like that, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
the mana base of a Delver deck should be around in Europe 4K. Yeah.
Really? Is it okay?
Yeah, the prices have skyrocketed in
Okay,
the last
Because
few
you have,
weeks.
If we are counting in for Grixis, you need at least 3 volcanics and 3 underground sea. I mean, there are versions with 2 underground sea, but
Yeah.
you have to count for those. Yeah,
Mhm.
minimum 500 for each.
Okay.
More like 550. So
Okay.
6 times that. 3.
Nice.
3.
Yeah, I mean, I have all the tools that I need at the moment, and I'm really into sports. And for that, I always wanted, since the last or the beginning of the lockdowns, I wanted a racing bike, and I got one now. It is, of course, a used one. How do you say this correctly? I don't know.
A second hand.
A second-hand bike. Yeah. It is, I think, 8 years old, and it is of the brand Specialized. I don't know if some of you guys know it. Maybe some listeners will know. You know a little bit about this, Peter?
A friend of mine wanted to buy a bike from the website there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think it's actually an Austrian producer.
Yeah, and I think Dominic Haas from our community has
Yeah.
a specialized bike too.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
They make really good bikes, and the best versions of them, which are called the S-Works series, they are often used for bikes of the Tour de France, for example.
Yeah.
And there are different versions of it, and I got the tarmac version of the racing bike. And I'm looking forward for the bikes and for the road trips. I mean, it's not really a bike trip.
Bike trip.
Just to cycle around.
Cycling around, yeah. For example, I want to travel from Linz to the Traunsee, for example,
Okay.
which is, I think, about 80 kilometers, a little bit
Yeah.
more,
50 miles.
50 miles, yeah.
Yeah.
If you would, And of course, with brakes, I'm not the guy that just cycles all the way through. I'm not that one.
So you're not that sporty.
Not really, no. I think I'm not into needles. If you know the reference. I also bought my new shoes for that. You also, of course, also need the bicycle shoes.
Yeah, we've seen them. You bought them today.
Oh yeah, I assembled them in
They're
front
lightning blue.
of lightning blue. Yeah,
A really great color. I like
for
it.
sure. That's one major big investment for me, and I think. Oh yeah, I got another little thing. I got also today my order from Time Spiral Remastered.
Ooh,
I got
mail day.
Mail day. Yeah, I get a little bit of Blink, and Blink.
Blink.
I
Blink 182 is a great band, so
True, yeah. And I have upgraded a little bit of my cards collection now. And yeah, I'm quite happy now with Magic
yeah.
for investments at the moment.
Yeah, we've got the plates at Fort Caesars now and the plates at Ponders. Oh my god, they look beautiful.
They
I've seen them.
look really nice. Yeah. The only thing that missing of both of them are, of course, signatures from the artists. They would be the best thing.
I mean, I've looked up recently the prices for the foil Fort Caesars, and the cheapest German foil Fort Caesars runs about 700 euros. So, yeah, better buy some reserved list lands. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no questions asked. I mean, if I had the chance to buy either a UC or a foil Forces,
yeah.
I mean,
No
Snap
questions.
Snap keep.
Yeah.
It's easy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about you guys? What's up with your life?
Yeah, currently it's a little bit of a break at university because of Easter holidays, and yeah, so I have way too much time and I'm consuming a lot of, currently it's a lot of YouTube, and there I'm currently really into Trackmania.
Oh, I
If you know
noticed.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, there is a YouTuber and Twitch streamer, he's known as Pokemon Challengers, and he's currently streaming Emerald Kaiser, which is basically the hardest Pokemon game that you can imagine, and he's playing it with the hardest rule set and in a Nuzlocke, and yeah, the highlights are just really good and well cut, and yeah, that's what I'm currently watching a lot. And yeah, I finished season 2 of Snowpiercer.
Oh, Snowpiercer is such a great. Yeah,
Have you finished?
Yeah.
I heard from the show
It's
just
an amazing
today.
show. It is amazing. You have to watch it.
And the best thing about it, second season, the bad guy, Sean Bean, and he's just playing the character very
Yeah,
good.
really good.
Yeah.
But I think we won't spoil anything here.
No.
We shouldn't. But it's a really great show. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
also recommend it.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, and that's basically all from me. So what's up to you?
Yeah, speaking of Sean Bean, I'm rewatching Game of Thrones.
Oh,
With
yeah?
Yeah, with my girlfriend because she hasn't seen the series until now, and yeah, we're very far past that past Ned Stark actually. We have begun season 6 yesterday.
Okay, it's almost the end. Then.
Yeah, it's almost the end, and
Has it 8 seasons?
yeah,
7 or 8?
Eight,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
and I think we are.
How did she like it?
It was kind of hard to get it going because the first 2 seasons I also felt like it are very how do you say that that they're not boring,
Yeah,
but they take very long to develop.
Oh, you
all
mean the plot telling pace? Let's say is a little bit slow.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow, and it doesn't really got to her, and it was basically the same for me when I first watched Game of Thrones. At the end of the third season, suddenly everything took
Sped up, yeah.
sped up and took real turns. And I mean, probably everyone has seen, almost everyone has seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But it still won't spoil it. But end of season 3 was when the series really started for me, and then everything suddenly made sense. And what's really cool is when you're rewatching it for the second time, you get so many little details that you just miss on the first see through, and the series gets so much more depth. It's great, and I enjoy every single moment, and I can truly say for everybody who hasn't watched it or watched it only once, just give it a chance and rewatch it. It will be really great if you like the lore and everything. It's really cool. And that's basically what I'm up to alongside working and playing also a little bit of Magic. I don't have much time, but I had the time to play in the Saturday Legacy Challenge from last weekend, and with my own brew with Red Green Menace. And
I watched you.
oh yeah,
I wasn't there too.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you showed up at some point.
Yeah, I streamed it via our Discord, and yeah, it was great time and really funny. But it was kind of hard actually, as Legacy Challenge is a really hard playing field. The skill is just so much more high, and the plays are very intense. And I have to say, I'm very satisfied with my performance. I went 4-3 and went to 35th place. So basically just out of top 32. But I think the potential is there. I just need to make some more cleaner plays. I was very sloppy in the last. Although I won them, but I was very sloppy in the last two matches that I played. And for example, I didn't attack with a 8-2 flame blade attack and just click through the combat step.
I mean, if you don't need to, why should you?
It's just a disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
I had lethal on board, but who needs to attack? I mean, not me. I can win without it, but definitely wrong decision here.
that's your way of showing off, basically.
Yeah, just sometimes muscle memory kicks in, and I just click through it, and yeah. That was a little bit embarrassing on stream, but I think with more practice and cleaner play, I could crack the top 32, and I just need to have get some time to make some room in my time schedule to play 1 or 2 challenges, maybe some leagues beforehand. Yeah, but I'm working on it, and it's not the last time that I've played in a challenge, for sure.
I think your performance or your end score was really good. And given the fact that you, in midway, you almost decided to drop.
Oh yeah, I was so tilted at, at 1-3.
You were at 1-3, yeah. But this is a perfect example of that you sometimes should not just give up, even if things or the score at this point doesn't look that good. I mean, in the end, 4-3 is not that bad. It is completely fine.
And actually, my breakers were bad. But if I had just lost one round later in the Swiss, then I could have broken into top 32 with the same score.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
And that's really good.
So
good,
did some people with 4-3 get into top 32?
Yeah, there were many. There were at least, I think, 8 people or something.
Okay, yeah.
With 4-3.
That should not be too hard to... I mean, given...
I was the last on breakers with 4-3, and I was 35. So
it's a breaker thing, yeah.
Yeah, and there are a lot of players that drop after going O2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
A lot of the big players just drop out because it's more EV for them to play leagues, I think, afterwards.
yeah. So some players even drop when they're free.
Yeah.
What I simply can't understand, but it's just one round more. So
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you need the time, if you have maybe some
yeah,
stuff
that's sure. Yeah.
to clean up or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I have to start myself to play again, maybe on 1 or 2 challenges, but yeah, need some time, need some brewing. And the problem for me is that I work Saturdays, so I have no time to play the Saturday Legacy Challenge, and the Sunday Legacy Challenge is quite late. I mean, the big thing that's going for me is that I don't have university on Mondays, which means I can sleep a bit later. So yeah, standing up just to get dinner is good there, and yeah, maybe I can start again with once a week streaming and brewing with Painter again, because
Ooh, how nice.
I found my life spirit again, even though I'm missing only 1 card that makes everything fine again. And yeah, I've started with Mardu Painter. For this deck I already bought my duels, which is 2 Badlands and 1 Scrubland. And yeah, maybe in the next time I have to maybe invest into some Underground Seas for Grixis.
Oh no. He's changing the side. the dark side is clinging on him.
Yeah, the problem with Grixis is what's the problem?
There is no problem. Yeah, with it.
Oh my god, you're a blue player now.
I mean, the solution for Magic is always play for Brainstorm, for Ponder, for Force of Will, and the rest doesn't matter. But
That's kind of true.
I think you should add 1 or 2 Force of Negation at this point.
in this deck, I don't play Force of Engagement
Really?
main because I don't have the
But you play it in the sideboard, so he's saying is correct.
Yeah.
But I'm playing for Parablast in the main, so it's kind of the Force of Negation impression.
So, yeah.
But yeah, the solution that Grixis provides that Mardu is kind of bad at is...
Except it's not blue.
Yeah, except it's not...
So it doesn't have card selection and no cantrips and then
Yeah, the big
no counters.
It's Bigfoot Strix.
Strix, yeah.
Yeah.
Strix
So
is
no
a-
cantrips.
no cantrips, no removal.
Oh, no value.
I mean, in
Oh my
Mardu-
god, my life's so sad as a Mardu player.
I mean, in Mardu I played one card that is perfectly known to the Magic community and is also the slogan of your website, Daniel.
Really?
Because it has within greatness at any cost.
Oh yeah,
.com.
best card. .com, yeah.
Yeah, in Mardu Painter I play Dark Confidant as a value engine because I need something that can get me something. And
Yeah.
Dark Confidant is basically the cheap man's not banned Dreaded Arcanist and just in way worse, but not really playable, but I played him still. And yeah, Mardu is a unique deck with a unique angle, and Grixis Painter is maybe the deck more for me because with more card selection, with Brainstorm Ponder, there's a lot you can do, and Emry combined with Goblin Engineer is a really, really cool value engine that can go off.
I'm not sure, but maybe there will be a time there that I will also be a blue player. I'm not sure if it will ever happen, but I mean, card selection seems nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's just nice.
I played in our All Cup with Bunt Painter. And
With
there
Oko.
I only played 4 Brainstorms.
Only.
I didn't play Ponder, and it was the worst experience of playing a tournament I think I've ever had, because I felt so extremely lost with only Brainstorms in the deck.
And now think of it, how you
mean-
would feel if you don't even had brainstorm.
Yeah.
It is a different feeling because you construct your deck in another way.
Okay,
And
yeah,
you
I can see this.
constructed the deck with the feeling of cantrips, and I only had 4 of them.
Okay, yeah, that definitely a mistake here.
That's the deck building mistake I made. So yeah, if I play Maru, I accept that I draw poorly at some point. If I play blue decks, the draws should go in a kinda okayish way, I would say.
Yeah, I think your Grixis painter list really looks great. These tricks interaction and the cantrips and what else?
And
do
the
you put?
forces
The
and
forces,
the pyroblast and the
Pyroblasts,
Karn.
The Karn. I assume you all have Plague Engineers in the sideboard.
I play 3 Plague Engineers in
Ah.
the sideboard. In the main deck I play 2 Karns as an additional win conditions, 3 of Painter and Grindstone, 4 Baleful Strix. I play 1 Goblin Welder because the Welder is just a way better engineer, even though it doesn't tutor up an artifact, but
You play
sometimes
less.
once
You play less welder because it's better.
Yeah, that makes no
No,
sense.
No,
Because you, is this the Genius philosophy?
The problem with the Welder is he's only sometimes good. The problem is
Okay.
for Welder you have to keep something going that goes into your graveyard, and for that you need the engineers, you need the Emery. So there are only limited numbers allowed of these 3 cards because they fill a similar spot, and because of that, Goblin Engineer and Emery are the cards of choice for me.
Yeah.
In Shortcake or decks that play Welder more.
For our listeners, Shortcake is red white painter.
Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake,
Yeah.
to be sure. Even though this is something that made me really angry. There was a primer on Channel Fireball
From Rich Kali.
from Rich Kali, and he called it Imperial Painter. And Imperial Painter is for me mono red painter,
Yeah.
and Strawberry Shortcake is Imperial Painter with the white splash. And yeah, it's for me.
Yeah, for a deck name aficionados like me and Peter, things like that are really hard. Also the like the Tin Fins variants,
Yeah.
they need to be named and have the right shell and the right name. Else you couldn't you can't call them in this cake in this cake
And this cake, and this cake.
It's only a short.
All are cakes.
you can have this cake, but it's only a short cake.
So you should name all decks with different cake names. This would be an idea, actually.
Yeah, I name my Grixis Delver Pile Raffaello Schnitten.
You
This
don't
time-
call it spaghetti d'Aretti or how did you call it this one?
The Red Spaghetti is another painter variant, and I have to put up now Discord on the PC. I scroll for our listeners. I scroll to the painter Discord, and do you see this deck here?
Oh my
The
god.
spaghetti. There isn't even a group.
There is a sub
There's a channel.
Discord, a sub channel in the channel for Painter and Legacy.
Let me
which
see a
is
list.
called
Let me
this
see a
Red
list.
Spaghetti. And
What is the spaghetti part of the deck?
I also don't get it. I mean, if you tell me about spaghetti, I always think about Emrakul.
Yeah.
this is the Red Spaghetti because of the Daretti shenanigans.
Yeah, because of Daretti.
Thundering Titan, Muir Battlesphere, Warp Kyle Engine.
But there's nothing spaghetti.
But it's spaghetti.
It's a mess.
I mean, this is not.
Maybe the Battlesphere? Because
Yeah,
it
could be
looks
the
like a
yeah, it should be the
meatball.
Battlesphere.
Okay,
But
that's...
this is a strange Daretti Spaghetti list because it doesn't play Daretti. But
Well, I play Delver, but I don't play Delver, so...
I mean, there are
Daretti
definitely
less spaghetti. Is it then Daretti less spaghetti?
Who would have thought that our episode revolves around spaghetti?
What is your favorite noodle type?
Chino would say all of them.
All of them, yeah. Okay, now.
Yeah. So yeah.
Back to
The red
topic.
spaghetti is an interesting deck. So yeah. So where we're standing, I think. Grixis paint, I'm out of paint. I have to brew it up, keep it clean, and play with it more, especially with the Grixis version. And yeah, see how it goes. Play maybe some leagues and maybe even a challenge. And I hope I can get some time to start streaming again. Just to have something to look into the evening and have a plan for it.
Yeah, and soon you will get your duels, I think, your underground seas.
Yeah, I have to see maybe in the near to further future. But yeah.
You will keep us updated.
I will keep
For
you
sure.
updated for sure. I mean, duels are always something like, yeah.
Like a racing bicycle.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
But the racing bicycle will lose its value at some point.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
You
you
have bought some
can't go
duels.
that fast with
Reserve
underground
these cards
seas.
are forever.
You can travel from A to B with an underground sea. That's a nice rap battle, rap song actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can drive with the bicycle sometime. Because do you know how far I've driven the longest time with my bicycle?
The longest time were total.
Total. It was a whole journey.
So the one trip,
Yeah.
you mean like the kilometers or the distance?
The
The time.
Or the time?
city.
Or from where to where?
Yeah.
From Linz to Vienna.
No, it was.
Short.
We went 2 weeks. It was.
Oh, 2
from-
weeks.
From Paris to home.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
my
You did that?
god.
Yeah.
Nice. How many stops did you have?
One each day.
Really?
No.
Well,
Because
14.
you have to. We went from hotel to hotel.
Okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
you made stops in between also.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
I think one day. In the.
That's nice.
Before midday and then
That's
one
nice.
for lunch. One.
So
After
did you
midday.
actually then travel a little bit of the Tour de France?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
They go a lot more into the mountains
Okay, yeah.
because you need the height and everything like that. But yeah, I can recommend it. It was
Nice.
nice. And the land in France is beautiful to cycle through.
Yeah, nice.
And cycle through, we have some spoilers coming to you.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
we start
Strixhaven.
with Strixhaven. And do you want to talk a little bit about the flavor of the sets, or do you want to jump into directly?
I think the flavor. Is there anything to say about the flavor? I think
It's a Hogwarts flavor.
it's
and
Hogwarts flavor.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a
It's-
Hogwarts flavor, and I like this actually.
Yeah. It fits to magic in general.
Yeah.
Although Watsy has said that it will be something totally different. It has nothing to do with anything wizardry that we have seen.
Really?
Yeah,
I
they
think that's-
tweeted something like that,
Huh?
and it's certainly not Hogwarts, and then it's Hogwarts 1.5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not directly Hogwarts because there are 5.
Yeah.
And in Hogwarts there are only 4 houses.
Wow, so we are better than Hogwarts.
Oh my god.
They
A whole house more.
all have dragons, and in Hogwarts there are
This
different animals.
this remembers me of this scary movie scene where one guy says, "Have you seen the scary movie
Probably.
where
Only
they
the
say
first,
where
I
they say there is this parody of also den Krieg der Welten in English,
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
Where they say there are tripods going around everywhere, and one guy says, "We build our own tripods, but our tripods have 4 legs." This is like the same thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the flavor. I even looked on the second movie of Harry Potter this weekend.
This weekend, okay.
Yeah, because they're currently on Amazon or
Yeah.
Netflix, I think.
True, yeah.
Okay.
I saw this. Yeah.
That's why my parents are actually watching Harry Potter now.
Have they started this?
Yeah, they started it and they haven't seen Harry Potter
Okay.
until now, and now they're seeing it for the first time, and it's kind of strange because I've seen it 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean the music is so fucking good in the first three.
for sure. Yeah.
It's
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 very
amazing.
flavorful, and you get sucked into this world of
Yeah.
wizardry. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I gotta say I only liked all the movies from the third until the last. The first two for me are just so,
childish.
yeah, I don't like them.
I mean,
I mean they're good, but they're not. I've seen them 2 times, and I think the Prison of Azkaban I've seen 4 to 5 times now, and that's where the whole franchise kicks off for me.
yeah.
It's the same with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Everything needs a little bit runtime, and then it gets great, and it's just fluff at first.
I think the difference is that I'm a few years younger than you.
Probably,
And-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's similar to
I
me. Yeah.
was like 8 to 10
Yeah.
when I watched the first
Yeah.
2 movies, and so it was just they were as old as I were, and
Yeah.
so I felt
If-
more
if-
connected with the world.
For sure.
Okay, yeah.
If you're if a child,
could ha-
more a child yourself, you have this feelings that you connect to them. I mean, I assume, I think all of us have seen it in the cinema. Probably. Have you seen it in the cinema?
I never saw a single Harry Potter movie in the cinema.
Not
I
really,
always
but you
watched
should.
it on how's it called? The white thing that you pull down
On the Beamer.
on a beamer at home.
Ah, really?
On a
Oh,
home
yeah.
cinema with my dad.
Okay. Yeah, I
And,
watched her.
It was, yeah. We always bought the movie the first day it came out, went home,
Okay.
and this evening we most of the time watched the movie. Then,
And I gotta say, my girlfriend also hasn't seen the Harry Potter movies, so that's definitely on the list.
That's on the list. Yeah.
So
That's
you
on the list.
can add another thing after
That's
that.
that's always
we
a thing.
have seen Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
That's kind of always the thing with new girlfriends. You have to make a list of movies that you haven't seen.
You've got to learn them
Yeah.
things.
I mean, it's,
So it's the same, yeah.
it's the same for me with my girlfriend. She is a really, really big Trekkie.
Okay.
And the problem is, I've looked into how's it called, Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
No, this is the one that I haven't seen.
The movies, the Star Trek movies.
I haven't seen a single Star Trek movie.
Oh,
that
they're
was-
good.
but-
The new ones are good.
The new ones,
The
yeah.
new ones are really good.
Okay, no, these ones I've seen. Yeah, this is the one with Into Darkness and something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, this one I've seen, but I have to start with the old series now, because there is currently, I think, on Amazon a new series of Star Trek, and there are apparently a lot of inside jokes, I've been told, and so I have to start with the old movies
Mm-hmm.
and rewatch and series and rewatches them, so I can understand what is going on.
Oh my god, you have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I think it's about 15 to 20 seasons I have to watch of Star Trek, so wish me luck.
And I
See you
thought
next
8
time.
seasons of Game of Thrones would be hard.
I mean, I've watched 14 seasons of Criminal Minds, and I've really enjoyed it, so...
Have
But
you-
it takes a lot of time.
You should also see all Doctor House.
Oh yeah, it's also great.
I've watched completely Doctor House. I've watched
But
completely
guys, I
Mentalist.
think we just drive away too far from the topic here. Just pull a little bit
Yeah, this
more
was the
back
introduction to
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Mentalist, this is kind of like wizardry, and we are back to Strixhaven. And with that, I think we start with the spoilers. So,
This was just to flavor up the
Yeah.
yeah,
the
just
situation.
to talk about. So, first card first, and
And before we get anything into this here, this set brings very much joy to me as a non-blue, primarily red, white, black player. They're really cool cards in Mardu or in Orzhov or Boros. Or how do you say this? It's Silverkill, Lorehold, and okay, there's no Rectus. but in Silverkill and in Lorehold, they are really cool cards. And finally, something different in red-white that goes beyond attack, and then you get a token, and then you get life gain and +1/+1. Wow, that's basically all red-white could do since Return to Ravnica.
Yeah, basically.
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, me too.
No. Now we can do more things, equally shitty than before, but more. And that's great.
The thing is, you see these new white-black cards and see, ooh, a new piece for Mardu, and I'm thinking this could fit very well in Esper.
But why would it play in Esper? Because you have Meddling Mage, and this is Silver Kill Silencer. It's a 3/2, so it's not a bear.
Yeah.
For 1 white and a black, it's a creature healing cleric. As Silver Kill Silencer enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card name. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with the chosen name, they lose 3 life and you draw a card.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, the floor is it's worse Meddling Mage.
So you're comparing it to Meddling Mage?
Yeah, definitely, because you give them an incentive to not play the chosen card.
Mm-hmm. But is the drawback too big if they play the card anyway?
Yeah.
Too big?
It's very. I think that the drawback is very big.
I mean, for example, if you have Meddling Mage and you're naming Tendrils of Agony, your Storm deck can't win.
Yeah.
And
with this card, you still can win.
You still lose 2 Tendrils. Yeah.
The problem I have with this card is a whole flavor of this whole set is Magecraft, which includes copies.
And this is only
really,
cast,
I really think if this card has all copies,
because this would be a Tendrils hate.
One for each, so you would lose more life.
Yeah, but I think then it would be too good.
No, I don't think that it would be too good, because Meddling Mage is still a playable Magic card.
Okay.
It
would be
fine. And Meddling Mage still pitches to force. That's something that should be never overlooked.
Yeah.
I mean, this pitches also to force.
For you.
Force of despair. And if you play Delver, it pitches to force of will.
Every card pitches to force. That's
Depends just on which
the colorless one not, but yeah.
And back to
just a painter.
Yeah.
You only need a painter. But I think this card will be still really good.
Okay.
Because it's a 3/2. It's a clock.
Mm-hmm.
And at worst, I think you name Brainstorm Ponder, Lightning Bolt, or another removal.
Yeah.
In a mid-range matchup, it's definitely not anti-combo card.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, it's more of a mid-range card. And that's what I like about it. I think at worst it will eat a bolt and they lose 3 life and you draw a card. So you get 2-for-1 trade out of it. And
I mean, this card is actually insane against the Relentless Reds decks.
Yeah. Best card against it.
No. Jokes aside, I think this card is fine. It does something, and it's in Mazukanos.
It's like, this card is good, it costs something, it does something.
I will blade in that guy Ale, for sure.
Nice evaluation, Peter.
I really thought about it, and
it does. I mean, the bar for black-white and red-white cards in Legacy isn't really high.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
I think it's a fine card. We may see it, but we will have to wait for Philip to see it, I think.
Yeah.
And
it's a French playable.
French playable.
Yeah.
I think it's nice if we have some French playable cards.
Sure.
And I think this could be a Mardo-esque card, the next one.
Esper-esque.
Esper, that is going to be played.
Yeah.
And this is Fracture. It's for 1 white and a black. It's an instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. Mm-hmm. That's probably the most versatile 2-mana white and black removal we have ever seen.
Yeah.
The only thing that's missing is creature, but then it would be
Too good.
okay.
I mean,
So it's just a
Honestly,
sideboard
if
card.
it would just add creature, I don't think it would even be.
It wouldn't be too good. It would
Yeah,
be.
it would-
be main deck as it stands now. It's
Yeah.
a really nice sideboard edition
I think
for Dead Gael or Esper decks.
Although it would be a better, or it would be, if you compare to Abrupt Decay, it would be, it is countable, but the CMC restriction is lost.
yeah.
If you compare it to Decay, for
Yeah.
example.
If you
It would
compare
be
to
fine.
Assassin's Trophy, it's just you discount non-land.
Yeah.
But I think if this had creature on it, this would be just the best thing you can have in.
If it has
Lots
creature,
of
you could just
splash
say
cards.
destroy target non-permanent, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And
Would
would this
this
be too good?
too good? I don't think so.
Target non-permanent would be quite insane and versatile, because
Without
there are
the drawbacks,
a lot
yeah.
of
Yeah.
If you think about one of the key components of Sylvan Library is that it is an enchantment and hard to deal with
Yeah.
as a main deck card and card advantage engine,
Mm-hmm.
and this will just fracture.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still not blue. It doesn't pitch to force.
But
And it's white and black, like
Most of the
we
rules
said
don't
back,
pitch to force.
like we said back then with Lurrus. If Lurrus would be just a one white black card instead of one hybrid,
yeah,
it would be very less broken, even with the old companion rules.
Yeah.
I think with the old companion rules, he would be still broken, but he would be much more reasonable.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
And I think it's the same here. Everything that's not green or blue, really needs a push.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
In
Yeah,
my
this
opinion.
looks like an upgraded Disenchant,
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
for sure. And I think this is good if you have something like that, because Planeswalker
If you
are
have the
hard
colours.
to deal with, especially in those colors. And
And Esper, it will, ersetzen.
Replace.
It will replace Disenchant, 1-for-1 in the
Yeah.
sideboard.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And in Mardu too. I mean, in Mardu we have red
Uh,
hairs and
We have a strong contender in the next, but this is instant. So we go to the next one.
this is the next
This
card.
is a Rip Apart.
Well,
That's
let's
for-
rename it Tornabat.
Yeah, I almost said it.
Yeah, it's a big flavor fail, because the flavor text of the card says torn from history, torn from memory, torn from reality. We have the new card, Rip.
Oh yeah, the flavor fail is immense. It's for red and a white, the sorcery. It's basically a Boros command.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It has 4 modes.
yeah.
It says choose one. Rip Apart deals 3 damage to target creature, or Rip Apart deals 3 damage to target planeswalker, or destroy target artifact, or destroy target enchantment.
Yeah, and this is kind of different,
It is
but kind of
versatile.
same to the fraction.
Yeah.
So it kind of deals with non-permanents all the way.
Yeah, it deals with small creatures. It's a little bit better against Delver decks, but it's worse against bigger decks, I think.
Yeah.
The versatility is great on this card.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And the only problem I see with this card is the sorcery
Yeah.
speed.
The sorcery speed. But
If
I
it
think
would
it
be
would be
instant-
instant. It would be almost
Yeah.
too good.
Yeah, because it is similar to Fracture. It deals with non-permanents all the way. I mean, yeah, there are restrictions with creatures and planeswalkers, but maybe on instant speed it would be too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think so. It would be too good on instant speed, but I also will try this in various Mardu piles for me.
Yeah. And I think this is a card that we maybe can place one of in the main deck. It's
Yeah,
good
because
to
it hits creatures, but
Yeah.
I would love it to hit face.
That's the only missing thing, yeah.
Then it would be really cool. And if everything that these non-blue and these decks without card selection need are versatile cards, like Fracture, like Riverpout. So you need to cover a lot of ground with all your cards that you draw, and if you draw that, then it's just a game over most of the time with your non-blue cards.
And I think we go on to the next.
The next I wanted to say it, but this time we have a combo engine. You probably heard about it. It's Witherbloom Apprentice. It's for black and the green, a creature human druid. With the new set mechanic, it's Magecraft. Whenever you cast a copy, an instant or sorcery spell, something happens, and in this time, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life.
So it's basically a mini tendrils on a stick.
Yeah, if you pair it with the Onslaught card, Chain of Smog, for the listeners who haven't heard of this interaction, this meme, it's all over the internet. If you haven't heard about it, you probably live under a rock. But for the sake of completeness, we'll go over it. With Chain of Smog, you can have target player discard 2 cards.
Yeah.
And then this player can copy it.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing is you basically target yourself and copy it all the time. And with this out, with the Witherbloom Apprentice out, you can drain your opponent for 4 mana over 2 turns.
4 mana, 1 turn.
4 mana 1 turn, or 2 and 2 over 2 turns. It's a very fragile combo.
Yeah, for sure. It's
1 counter spell,
one removal spell,
or 1 removal spell, and you've lost.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say buy into the hype, for sure not.
It loses to anything.
Yeah, this is a...
And you can't play around anything because you discard your hand.
Yeah, it's something that you have to utilize, something like a Whale of Summer, but I think there are better decks out there that utilizes
Whale of Summer would be the best,
but
yeah.
still with Whale of Summer,
you lose to Bolt and to Swords.
You lose to Bolt and Swords.
True, yeah.
So you have to play Painter 2. And I think this is, far-fetched.
Painter with this combo. But you have Painter.
The problem I see is that you only have 4 Chain of Smogs.
Is it an instant or sorcery?
That's a sorcery.
Then you can have Burning Wish.
Wish for
it. Yeah, but if there would be more... if you would have 8 of them...
Yeah, Burning Wish. Or Blade Blue.
Blade Blue, make it more consistent. I think the old combo decks are better when they play blue.
So, Bug, Painter...
100% agree here. Play blue.
So yeah, I think it's an hype, but yeah. Then we have another card that looks cool, but
doesn't do
it's
anything.
okay. It's Conspiracy Theorist. Just in these times, it's a great card in the card name. It's for 1 and red. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 1 and discard a card. If you do, draw a card. And whenever you discard 1 or more non-link cards, you may exile 1 of them from your graveyard. If you do, you may cast it this turn. So this can be something like a card advantage engine up from the next turn that he does something. It's an okay card. The only problem is that you have to pay 1 that you
that's for sure the problem.
Discard and draw 1 card.
Yeah, you have to pay to something like Faithless Looting.
I mean,
to get a card out of it. And what I've learned playing various Faithless Looting or Madness piles, and also in Mardu, everything that plays that loots, is you're always very short on mana. So what you're doing is you loot, then you find some really cool stuff, and I want to play this, but it's not the right moment now, and then you always have the tension of do I discard it now, play it now, even with the Conspiracy Theorist. Although it gives you card advantage, it has this strange tension of needing it now or later, and I think the timing restrictions that this card has is just makes it not good enough.
Yeah, it's just not good enough. Yeah. Then we have one card that is cool to see back, and this one is a card for the world champion of last year.
From Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa.
It's Elite Spellbinder. It's for 2 and a white. It's a human cleric, a 3/1 flying. When Elite Spellbinder enters the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it for as long as that card remains exiled. Its owner may play it. A spell cast this way costs 2 more to cast.
Honestly, if this card had flash, this would be amazing. I think.
Yeah.
Probably too good.
Yeah. Kind of like I think it
With
would be.
Flash?
Just really good play.
I think it would be
Okay.
similar compared to Vendilion Click. I think
Okay,
it would
yeah,
be a little bit of an upgrade because you can cast the card with the problem of it costing 2 more. But I
Yeah.
think it would be fine.
The opponent can cast it.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Then
It's
I
just a
misread.
double failure.
Okay. In that
But-
case, if it could easily have flash and would be still very fine.
But this card is nice because you can flicker with it
Mm-hmm.
and
And the card
cards
extend.
because
Yeah.
it doesn't go back into its bonus hand if Elite Spellbinder left the battlefield.
That's true.
And it's something.
And then it's a
keep in
new,
mind.
then it's a new spellbind, and the opponent can't cast
Sure,
the old
He
one.
can still cast it for 2 more
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because the whole effect still happens.
Okay, I'm not sure now actually. So if you kill it, then you can still cast it with the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's,
this
it's
is an
not
effect that
exiled
applies.
under it, but it's exiled in a way.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's
effect
strange.
applies with the trigger, and if the trigger resolves, I think the effect still applies to the card. Even
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if the creature is there anymore or not.
It's like it is written on the card. Or something.
Okay.
I mean, you could also kill the creature in response to the trigger. In response to the trigger, and then of course you still would be able to cast the card.
Yeah, and the
It's part
card
of the
would be
trigger.
exiled, yeah.
It's part of the trigger.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a cool design. It's nice to see.
Flash would be nice, I think.
Yeah,
Would be nice, and I think it would be nowhere.
Fine.
It would be
With-
finer.
here it's some think about maybe you can play it in
But
Death in Texas, but I think it's just.
Mm.
I mean, it's a 3/1 flyer, which is a great stat.
yeah, it's also Vendilion Click stats.
But I think
I
it's
think-
quite not here.
Maybe
Just not
Flash.
here. Yeah.
Maybe Flash is not an ability for this set.
Maybe Flash is not a white color spy.
No Flash.
It should be because of Restoration Angel, for example.
Restor, we have, I think, the one that doesn't allow to search the library, just the top 4.
Even Mind Sensor.
Yeah, the mindset. Yeah.
So Flash is for sure a wide ability, but yeah. I think we have to go on a little bit to Clever Luminancer, which is another Magecraft card. It costs 1 white and it's basically an 0/1 human wizard and it's a spell step links. So it gets +2/+2 for each copy or cast instant
Of
or
Flusterstorm, basically.
Yeah. Flusterstorm.
It has written Flusterstorm on it.
No, it can be quite big in some of the low to the ground Jeskai. How's the card called?
Nifmagus Elemental.
Nif Magus Elemental. Thank you. French playable cards. Always ask Philip. He knows them.
Oh yeah. I know my shit.
Nif Magus Elemental is a 1/1 that can exile.
It's a 1/2.
It's a 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
You can for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can exile a spell on the stack.
Yeah, and he gains 2+1/+1 counters
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
So you play those 2 cards and basically try to kill your opponent
As quickly as possible.
with a quick kill. Yeah. So this is a small upgrade. Then we have one really good improvement for the color pie. We have a white card draw spell.
Yeah.
It's Secret Rendezvous.
Finally.
And it's 1 white for a sorcery. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards.
So Death in Texas got its cantrip.
Oh
basically.
wow,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Such
Oh
amazing.
my god.
Yeah, you have to think about it. You have Farley on board, your
Yeah.
Spirit of the Labyrinth, and then you can pay 4 mana and draw 3 cards.
Nice.
So
Can't
your
you-
opponent
Wow.
doesn't get anything about it. No, jokes aside, I think this card isn't really there, and
It is
but,
But it's not good.
but it is printed, yeah. And the thing that I want to ask you guys, do you think the card would be really, really good if it were an instant? Maybe with
It would
one
be
white and
maybe playable then.
It depends on the matchup, in my opinion.
in a control matchup.
If
I
you're
think
up
the card
against
is-
Devon Texas and or
against low to the ground, it would be bad. Against slow decks that have always 6 to 7 cards in hand, I think it would be really, really good. Because you do this end of turn of your opponent, they draw 3 up to 9 or 10 cards, and then they have to
And discard the bad cards and have only good cards in hand. No, this card will never be there. The problem I see with this, even if it would be instant, you're paying a card to draw 3. So you basically
You
go
down
down
one card.
1 and you give your opponent 3
Yeah.
cards. So you
it's 3-2, basically. Yeah.
make a net negative, and you never want to do this in any kind of control shell or something.
Yeah, and the problem, even if it would be instant for me, is that you get a small window of advantage, which is the directly next turn you get if you cast it on your opponent's end step, for example.
Yeah.
And you have 1 turn window where you have an advantage. And
Yeah.
if you pass the turn again, I think you are on
So
a
dead.
disadvantage.
They're so dead.
And control decks also don't want that because they usually don't finish the game within 1 turn. So I think this is, if it would be instant, it would be more of a combo card, in my opinion, if they can win at the end of the turn. And I think there are better cards for that. For example, we have Ideas Unbound, where you can draw 3 cards and you discard them, all of them, or 3 cards at the end of the turn.
Predict.
Yeah.
Even predict is better.
Yeah. The thing I think now is the Secret Rendezvous in an end step is just the worst case of a standstill.
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. And not playable.
Yeah, not really.
I get it.
I don't even get it why we put it in here.
I wanted to have the thought about it.
Yeah.
I was genuinely dumb enough to think that would be kind of okayish. So there we have the Gilf of the Gilf of the set, the Sedgemoor Witch, which is for 2 and a black, a human warlock. Is this a new type?
I don't think so, but maybe.
I'm not sure.
It has Menace and Ward, pays 3 life, which means it has basically hexproof or a spell or an ability and an opponent controls will be countered. But if they 3...
You take a bolt to the
life.
face. And that's
It's a
it.
ball to the face, yeah.
If they take a bolt to the face, it is ignored. And it has basically Magecraft. You gain a 1/1. You get a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life.
And it's a 3/2.
And it's a 3/2.
What I gotta say is I really like this card.
Okay, why?
At first, it has just 1 black colored source.
So it's easy splashable.
It's easy splashable
Yeah.
for any Esper or Grixis list.
For sure, yeah.
Then it's a 3/2, so it doesn't die to Black Engineer.
Yeah.
Unlike young PC, I compare this to Young Pyromancer.
yeah.
So you mean it's a sexy gilf young pyromancer? A sexy gilf pyromancer.
Yeah.
A old Pyromancer.
Yeah.
Sexy old lady pyromancer.
Oh my god, your fantasy is running wild right now. And it has Menace, so it has the evasion built in. With Young Pyromancer, you always want to have it stay behind, and with this you can just easily attack. I mean, Menace is a very underrated ability. When I play my Madness shit piles, you gotta tell it by the name.
Yeah.
I often ran into people who want to block Flameblade Adept with a Baleful Strix, and then you have on Modo just a cute little window that says illegal blocking, and they just try it and try it and try it and try it, and always this little window is popping up, and it just brings so much joy to my day. And I think the same will happen with this, and the black and green pest creature tokens are simply an upgrade to the elementals, because when they die, you get 1 life. And what we have learned about Uro and Oko
Yeah.
that incremental life gain just sometimes wins games.
It is
Yeah.
valuable, yeah.
And even with a plague engineer on pest, yeah, you play your spells, you get 1 life for each spell. Sure, it's not much, but
A bolt is a
It's
bolt.
something.
it's something. It says menace. You win the race. If you have this and just some spells
Think-
versus a plague engineer, nothing else, you win the race.
So you can, as you said, you can compare it to a young pyromancer. You get one extra on stats. You get menace. You get an upgraded token, and you get the ward or the bolt to the face
Yeah.
for 1 extra mana.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if all of them are too relevant because
The ward is
at the worst, for example, if you bolt it right away, the witch without you making a token, then it is just a young pyromancer with a bolt attached for 1 extra mana. And I think in that case, in this special case, for you that you had to pay 1 extra mana for the creature that you just bolted your opponent to the face is definitely not worth it. The
nah,
upgrade
for sure not. No.
compared to young pyromancer. Then you much rather had just casted a young pyromancer without your opponent being bolted. So I think, and let's be honest, the young pyromancer often gets immediately bolted.
Yeah.
And I would expect similar things to this card to happen. And if there are a lot of those cases where it gets bolted or removed right away, the 3 mana, in my opinion, are just not worth it.
The problem is that pyromancers are played mostly nowadays in Delver decks, and those decks play blue
And days.
play days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to play a days in the Pyromancer shells.
Oh, yeah.
I started off with Modern, and there I played Blue-Red Delver with Pyromancer, and I played there Disrupting Shoals, because it was the only thing that was available at the time.
Yeah, you didn't have
And-
Force of Negation.
Yeah. And Disrupting Shoaling the removal spell in the next turn of your opponent, and then you having young
Active.
Pyromancer out with another token, and then chain 2 card draw spells or 7 missions or something like that, which was available in Modern. It is just an insane value. And if you lose the free counter on the first removal spell, because most of the time they only have 1, but the 1 is for sure for the Pyromancer. And with that, I think it's kind of hard.
I think it's like a toned down Monastery Mentor.
Yeah, it's a monster
Similar,
mentor
yeah.
for
Kind
yeah,
of.
it's a worse.
A worse Monastery Mentor.
Definitely the
Yeah.
worst one, yeah. For sure,
Because-
worst one.
A monster mentor can outgrow a bolt, and this one can't.
And
Counter.
Monster Rent is also really, really good clock.
Yeah, that's for sure. And this one is
It is slow.
Regardless of all this, I will try it.
yeah. For sure. And I think with that there are some words you have to say, Philip.
And is it really now time?
I think so,
it's
yeah.
time.
Oh my god, look at the clock. Yeah, with this, I think we'll wrap it up. Our little spoiler season has ended. We had a lot of fun this time also, again. And we hope we will be a little bit more faster through all these cards. But we had too much to talk. Maybe we can talk about Daniel's favorite card on the next cast
For Kaldheim.
for the commander.
Oh, yeah. We will talk about this for sure, yeah.
And yeah, with this, like I said, where you can find Peter on social media.
You can find me on Twitter. It's at UnicornLordMTG. No, only M. Without MTG. It's just Unicorn Lord, but the O in the Lord is a 0. Where can we find you,
Yeah.
Daniel?
And you can find me on Twitter. It is at Flying Delver. And where can we find you, Philip?
And you can find me also on Twitter it's at FinneckMTG. It's PHINEKMTG. And you can find us free on Twitter at response_legacy. And with this, Peter,
In response, the end.